When everything is racial, that's the only thing I can see when watching. I never saw Blade as a black character, or Cyborg or Gerald as Static Shock. A lot of my favorite characters are people of various ethnicities and racial tones. The black female Timmy Turner is clearly just a cheap attempt to reboot this property without any other significant pitches for change.
I'm gonna forever let myself know if I ever make a bad take, I'm just gonna be reminded this video exists. And no, nowhere would be as bad as whatever the fuck this video was. Oh yeah, I'm making a Just Dance video, but not mentioning Just Dance 2. I can make do of this tier list, that's all I'm gonna say. Man, I can't believe 2014 was 10 years ago. That brought us some pretty great games from that year, right kids? Five Nights at Freddy's, Shovel Knight, Pokemon X and Y, and everyone's favorite, Air Traffic Controller, yeah! And for the game I'm talking about that's turning 10 years old today, it's Just Dance 2015 because I like Just Dance. This game doesn't really have a lot of people that like it. It's not awful, but to a lot of people I can see it as being the weakest here. Although 10 years later, a lot of people have warmed up to it. And I mean, I can see why, because visually this game looks gorgeous. And you can see why, it's a far cry from the shitty looking backgrounds in Just Dance 1. I mean, for God's sakes, things are happening. And while that's technically the same thing for 2014, 4, 3, and even a little bit of 2, it's taken up to very heavy extremes here. Especially when some of them take advantage of the camera movement. And Jesus Christ, I Love It looks so good. Now, for gameplay, it's pretty much the same as it's been since day one of the franchise. You see a guy dancing, and you follow their moves. So self-explanatory, I know. However, you get a little bit of these guys on the top. 2015 is the kind of only game in the series to let you have these little companions on the top, which you can toggle on and off your choice. I choose to toggle them all on. Since the servers of this game are down, and also the fact I'm using the mod, it's bots as replacement. And I'm just gonna say this, Just Dance Dog fucking sucks at this game, you're not gonna lie. There's also a mashup, which has a lot of coaches from past games. However, 2015 was the first game to have a theme with that. Do you want to have a mashup with just Katy Perry? Well, here you go. Want a mashup based on robots? Well, here you go. Do you want a mashup full of dated racial stereotypes? Well, here you go, I guess. There are even some themes of mashups that are just entirely based off coaches from certain games, like just since 2014. And now on the topic, let's also mention the cal counter and also the playlist. You have an endless playlist, or you can go over to playlists with 3, 6, or 10 songs. And you do get a cal counter, which is nice. Unfortunately, that covers up the star bar, which is totally not important at all. It's the main reason why I never really use the cal counter in these games, since they just usually cover up the star bar like I mentioned. Like, come on, you have this entire other side, it's just there, why not use it? Also, unlocking alternates is really weird. I don't fudge of it because I already unlocked them all. But you have to get a certain amount of stars to get a certain amount of alternates, which, you can't choose which alternate you get first. How fun. Also, I wish I could show you footage of World Dance Floor, but like I mentioned, servers have been down. Which sucks because there are certain avatars you cannot get unless you, play World Dance Floor. How fun. Before we get to the song list, I want to credit this individual. They made the Just Dance 2015 All-in-One, which is a mod that includes all the Chinese exclusives, the beta mashups, and Dancing Queen, which was a beta song before Just Dance 2018 Unlimited. Which is nice since I don't have to go out of my way to find a DLC mod that would pretty much crash my game. Anyways, let's fucking get this over with. Hey kids, what's 4 times 4? It's 16 apparently. 4x4 is pretty boring. Like, I mean, come on, I know the song was like a year old by the time Just Dance 2014 came out, but why not Wrecking Ball? It's not a lot more famous. I don't think any Miley Cyrus fans are acknowledging 4x4 is a song that exists. I like the rodeo theme and the costumes, but that's kind of really it. Well, what a giant fucking quality leap. We got to the best song in the game already. Addicted to You is such a masterpiece made by the late Avicii. Visually, it doesn't really start looking great until later on, and the goat becomes orange to blue, and where the background really starts to shine. Really, my only complaint is that it's just one of the more shorter songs. It's not like Song 2 or Lump where it just ends abruptly. It ends regularly, just a bit short. None of the songs in the song list will be as good as this one, but hey, we'll at least go to our favorite early. Ain't No Mountain High Enough is okay. It's a pretty basic love song, but I also just love the background. It's one of the few songs that have this text in the middle instead of in the corner. Speaking of which, they fucking butchered this in Just Dance Plus. The text box is no longer in the middle, it makes it just look so awkward. And it sucks that intention of mine is not there anymore. I guess Just Dance Plus didn't have the engine to make unique text boxes. Either way, Ain't No Mountain High Enough is decent with a pretty fun little background. I cannot believe Lady Gaga stole the song from Sans Undertale. It's so over, guys. In all seriousness, though, I really like the map. It goes from these weird ominous coaches dancing in a black void into a bunch of coaches that are ready to go to a wedding. Although the background in this form kinda is lame, it's just a bunch of lines. As for the more moves, they're pretty much fine. They're a lot more better in the extreme. We'll get there when we get there. But honestly, I blame the parody song because I no longer can be reminded of that about the fucking story of Undertale. So I guess that's something. Not gonna lie, Violento, criminally underrated. It's a song I can argue a pretty great song from 2014. The background and the design for the coaches actually look pretty great for what they're going for. The dance is simple, but not repetitive. It really is a contender for my favorite in Just Dance 2015. The only flaw this one has is its shitty mashup. If you know, you know. Hey, I mentioned the bots were kind of bad at the game sometimes. Speaking of, Bang Bang is pretty mid. When I replayed this when I was doing this recording, I thought it was gonna be pretty boring, but honestly, it's just whatever. One of the more weaker songs in the game. And Ariana Grande and Iggy Azalea has like better songs in this game alone. Not Nicki Minaj, just her only song here. Okay, is the best song really the best song ever? No, but for this game, it's a contender. I've got a confession. I think a lot of One Directions and a lot of older Justin Bieber songs are very cheesy, and they're the good kind of cheesy. Justin Bieber especially. Think about like 2018 where he just kind of lost that kind of charm. But we're not talking about Justin Bieber. He doesn't have a new song in this game. I really like the superhero costumes. They look very, very good. And the dance is a very, very well done one. It may not obviously be the best song to ever exist, but it's still a very heavy contender for my favorite in this game. Whoever's watching this on their birthday, happy birthday, that's pretty cool. Like I mentioned in my Just Dance 1 video, Katy Perry was very prominent. I think it probably has to do with the fact that a lot of her songs were pretty popular in the 2010s, so obviously she would appear a lot in these games. Especially in this game where she has like 2 songs, and clearly this one's the weaker one. Like I mentioned, very prominent. Take a look at Just Dance 2014 and 3 for example. Birthday is probably her weakest song up to this point. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a celebration using this song, but hey, it points to you. I like the background and the design for the coach. It's very bright and colorful, which fits well for the song. But that's kind of it. I don't really like the dance, and the song is still pretty weak. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention your past self can also compete with you. I lost my past self multiple times. Anyways, Black Widow's the better song from Iggy Azalea from this game. Spider webs. The coach being in this little creepy spider design looks pretty creepy and well done. And it does go from purple to black a lot. And the song, like I mentioned, is a way better addition than Bang Bang. Hey, are you kids fucking built for this? Are you guys ready for this even? Well, build for this is fine. The background is super bright, which is a little annoying, and I wish we wouldn't have gone harder with a more robot theme. The dance, though, kinda sucks. It's just pretty bad. Burn is such an amazing song. Background-wise, it's not the most high-quality one ever, but it does look pretty cool. The costume is pretty awesome, with the blue headband and orange dress. But this song also has a bit of a special place in my heart, since it was the first song I ever 5-starred. So let's see if I can do that again. Blame you, Just Dance Dog. Okay, now Dancing Diva is a bit interesting. Like I mentioned, there was a Chinese version of Just Dance 2015 that had 3 exclusive songs. This is one of them. Which is honestly a shame because this song is actually kind of a fucking banger. And if these were on the main song list, maybe as DLC, they would have helped strengthen the song list even more. But whatever, mods exist and we can't really change the past. Like I mentioned, the song is great, but it also has a beautiful background. We see this desert in the night sky and it looks gorgeous. The choreography and costumes are great. And I like this high energy dance too, that's pretty cool. Next up, it's Dancing Queen, and this one's pretty interesting, as originally this was a beta before coming to Just Dance 2018 Unlimited. Yeah, technically, as of official standards, this was released for Just Dance 2018. This is meant for Just Dance 2015, and it's here, so might as well. This isn't the only song that's like this here, but we'll get there when we get there. Anyways, Dancing Queen is the second song released in the mainline series other than Gimme Gimme. I would argue that song was way better. I know this one is incredibly iconic, but I prefer some of the other ones. That being said though, it's very pink. Pink's a cool color. The next one up is Dark Horse, a better Katy Perry song. Also, for anyone who's played it, it does feel like a mashup that's more of a solo than a trio, because no human being has ever played on the sides before. Anyways, the background does look very gorgeous, the dance is okay, and the coach's design is really well done. The song is decent. I think Dark Horse is a fine little song. I do like the guys on the sides become just Sigma Chad or something. They must feel very on edge right now, bro. Although I have no idea where the coach commits fucking blackface to that. Diamonds is interesting, because as of me recording this video, this is her last song in the series. Yeah, 10 years later, Rihanna has yet to make another appearance, and I kinda doubt she will. As for the song, it's at least a decent send-off to Rihanna's reign on the series. Basically from Just Dance 2 to 2015, she had at least one song there. Anyways, the dance is fun, although you can very slightly see some of the green screen. I like the part when we zoom out of the screen and it looks pretty cool. The background is mostly just shining diamonds, and while they look pretty cool, the background still leaves much to be desired. But still, it's so odd. It's been like 10 years and Rihanna has yet to make another reappearance, which is kind of a shame because she has a lot of good songs in her catalog. Hell, her songs never even made it to Unlimited or even Just Dance Plus as of right now. That might change someday, but who knows. Don't worry kids, be happy. That's kind of all I have to say. I like the little old people dancing because they're old. I mean, not gonna lie, they have some fucking moves. The song is meh, I can see having a good message, but that's kind of really it. But I won't lie, these old people are really hitting it, bro. They're hitting the fucking gritty even. Epic TikTok, I may have fucked that up. Is there. That's what I'm gonna say. I kinda forget this one exists, which is something unfortunately common with some of these songs. The dances are pretty high energy and really fun actually, which makes me sad because the song choice here is pretty forgettable. Nothing much to say really, I do like the background though. Hey cool, an Arabic song, you don't see that much. Fatma, which I will always call it because I don't know how it is actually pronounced, is a short but pretty decent song. It's the shortest song here, and the dance is also pretty simple but also fun. I like the ring and texture cape, that's always pretty nice. That's all I have to say, it's short, simple, a decent song, and my past self kicked my ass. Get low guys, we got another good song here. It's songs like this that made me wonder why people didn't like this back then. Because with songs like Get Low, there's some decent stuff here. The song may be a little repetitive, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. It's good. And the dancing is actually pretty fun too. I like this little competition thing they got in the background, where they have to fight to the death and just avoid traps. It's pretty cool visually, and I like how some of the dances actually reflect that. This one actually gonna be a runner-up for my favorite song here. Don't ask why, I'm just very autistic. Next on up is Happy, which is a song that's mainly associated with Just Dance 2015. And I can see why, there was a lot of effort here. The background has a lot of movement, something similar to Just Dance 2021 and 2022 would eventually do. I love the fucking coaches just casually just doing whatever the hell they're doing in the background though. I will say Happy was a pretty good pick, because the song, indeed, it does make me happy. It's a genuinely good bop. It's honestly a little weird that this didn't come to Just Dance Plus pretty much immediately. While I do think their songs are better, this one was a genuine bop. A great background and dance to go along with it. Okay, who are you? This song is apparently called High Light, High Life. And it's okay. The song is apparently a beta from Just Dance 2015's Chinese version, which is pretty interesting. As for the dance and the coach and again the song, it's okay. I wouldn't mind playing this again, but I also don't think it deserved to be in the beta trend. Hey guys, look, it's the song from Shrek 2. I like Holding On for the Hero, it's a classic 80s song, aka the song from Shrek. I like the laser-eyed cats and the costume. That's pretty cool. Hey guys, look, it's the song with the cool camera movements. I love it as a song that I love. Haha, funny I know. But I also like the camera movements. Just like Happy, it does take advantage of its surroundings. Like I mentioned, this game was kind of ahead of its time. For the series, I mean. The song is one of those pretty repetitive ones, but I still think it's pretty good. The dance is, again, pretty simple, but very repetitive, which I don't really mind here. Overall, this song was a pretty good pick for this game. I am not sure why there are two songs involving birthdays, but hey, this one's better. It's one of the more underrated will.i.am songs, and also has one of the best trios in the game. Dances are simple but fun. The costumes got a nice little style to them, and they're not birthday themed for some reason, but hey, there's already a birthday song that had birthday suit and birthday and stuff. It also gives you the little, woof. Sorry. Hey guys, look, a Disney song, that's pretty cool. And it's a song from a movie that no one could escape for like 2 years. So not cool. I'm gonna be really honest with you, I'm so glad we left this Frozen thing in the past. Because dear God, it was insufferable. Anyways, as for the song, I have nothing to say about it. The dance is nice, but it suffers back with the cover. It sucks massive fucking balls. The background though is visually pretty though. But in all seriousness, yeah, this song was just really not that great. With an already pretty mediocre movie, but it's been years since I last saw Frozen. Who knows, I might make a review of the movie someday. And if you're wondering why I'm not mentioning much of the song, because there is nothing much to mention about it. There is a Chinese version of the song, but I didn't dance to it because it's just really the same thing. And here we get to without my favorite of the Chinese songs in this game. Little Apple's such a fucking banger. It's a shame it's only in the Chinese versions of Just Dance. The costume and background are visually pretty cool though. The George Washington cosplay of an apple dancing is pretty funny to look at though. The tree being a giant apple looks cool. The space in the background looks amazing. It even drops apples! Hey kids, remember the movie Princess and the Frog? Well, they made that in Just Dance with Rayman characters in the background. With no Rayman. Anyways, it's just okay. Nothing really much to say about it, just has the Rayman characters in the background. Okay, buddy, now here's a great classic over here. Will you love this song again? Because I already have. I love his suit, it looks really well done. And it looks like he's gonna go to a fucking prom night or some shit. The background singing the lyrics is nice. And I kind of like how he just kind of moves sometimes. Overall, great song, with a great dance. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but your mother. Hey guys, look, it's the song that the Animaniacs danced to that one time. I do like the vibrant colors, although I've never really cared for the song a lot. I mean, it's kind of a, oh yeah, it's there. At least the dance is accurate to what the coaches are doing, which is a far cry from the first game, where some of the dances didn't match the music videos, and that's fine. Although it just makes these ones actually look better. But like I mentioned before, I never cared for the song, even the Animaniacs sung it that one time. Oh yeah, a song from the Muppets. It's easily the worst song in the game. It is unironically really annoying. Even if you were a fan of the Muppets, I think better choices would have been picked here. And why is there a fucking laugh track here? I like this moment where the coach does this little goofy thing while the other two coaches are just there. But it cannot save from just a pretty shitty song. Oh, that's nice, a better song. And hey, I think Maroon's song is a mixed bag, but hey, can make good stuff. There's some good stuff. I like the little blackout the coach goes through. The background is absolutely fucking pretty. And of course the dawn dance is well done. A nice little refresher after. Me and My Broken Heart is okay. The background of the city looks so fucking gorgeous, and I like whenever they jump, the screen shakes. The song is alright, like I mentioned. Coach's designs are nice. Next song we're taking a look at is Movement is Happiness. And this one's interesting because it's sponsored by Coca-Cola. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time they did this. This song is also interesting as how you get it. In the PAL version, you need to play the game for 60 minutes. And that's by playing songs, not by just sitting in the menu. Why only in the PAL regions and not for everywhere else is beyond me. Anyways, the song's fine. I like the finish thing going on. The song is, again, fine. And the design of the coach reminds me of a tracksuit. After that, that's kind of it. Man, I can never say goodbye to this song. I say goodbye to Just Dance Dog because he still sucks ass. This song is okay. I like the shine off the cloves. And I like how everyone in the background is skating to a record player. Dance is also really well done. And I like how bright the background eventually gets. It looks visually pretty. Although it does have the grip have of a lot of older songs where they just continue and they fade out. Not like just immediately end when the song ends. No, they just continue and then the song eventually just fades out. I never liked that of songs. Please, can we stop doing this? My man is casually stuck in space and just saw an alien and just thought, damn, it's kind of bad though. In all seriousness, this song is a little adorable. It's short and sweet. I'm not kidding about quickly. I mean, if you look at the star bar, it may not be my favorite song or a song I dance to often, but I can see it as a sweet little couple song. And the ending bit is my favorite part of it. Yeah, this song's decent. You got a problem? Let's just move on. I like the song though. The next song is She Looks So Perfect by 5 Seconds of Summer, which is probably the worst name you can say for your band. And I kind of forget a lot of the early 2010s where some people were trying to copy One Direction for some reason, which is funny since One Direction's a little better. I will still say this, the song is really cheesy. The dance is well done, and the background and costumes have a very decent high school feel. The only problem is one of the lyrics saying American Power underwear, because that line actually kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, before I was gonna take a look at just since 2015, I kind of forgot the song exists. And it's kind of a shame, because the song is okay. I'm not sure why the title has the name of the fucking Looney Tunes character, but hey, I'm not gonna argue against that. The dance is very high-pitched. I like when it goes to days and nights sometimes, and it looks cool. Although there's still such a random choice for this game. But if I had to pick if the Muppets or the fucking Looney Tunes character reference was the better random choice, I'd choose this one, no questions asked. At least it doesn't make my fucking eardrums bleed. You kids like the summer? Because that's the song, that's what the song's called. The outfit is very green, which is nice. The background is kind of bland, to be honest. And the dance is a nice balance of low energy and high energy. Okay, I wouldn't say high energy, but like mild energy. Let's just move on to the next song. Okay, as much as I do like playing Tetris, this is the most random pick of a song ever. And probably the most forgettable one. Speedy Gonzales had an excuse to be forgotten, that being it never got into Just Dance Plus. But here, it's on Just Dance Plus. And also Just Dance Unlimited. And every time I see it, it's like, oh yeah, it's there. This is probably the only time a quartet was probably made for multiplayer in mind. What I mean by this, playing with a friend. So when you think about it, it's not really fun to play it alone. But you don't understand, this one goes faster as it goes on, as the song. Yeah, the idea of video game OSTs being in Just Dance isn't really a bad idea. I mean, for God's sakes, Persona soundtracks being in the series would be neat. I personally think they're just better options. Guys, do you know what the fox says? I don't know what the fox says, that's what the song's asking for. I like the storybook aesthetic they got in the background, and the little animals moving around, that's adorable. And bro, we got one for the furries! I like the main costume. Although this is one of those trios that feel like more of a solo if you take the 2 side coaches out. I know it's probably just me, because I guess it's probably just me. Next up is Till I Find You. It's another contender for my favorites. I like the blue sweater and the hat, and the dance is really fun. Although I do think some of the tracking kind of sucks ass. I also like the song. This is Austin Alone's second song here, and it's the better one. Not sure why he's inside a giant fucking cube, but hey, it looks cool. Also not sure what he's finding, but I guess we'll find it someday. The last song for the Chinese exclusive ones is Under the Sunshine. And it's kind of a shame to say it's probably the weakest of the Chinese exclusive songs. It has a nice graduating school feel, but that's kind of it, even though I did graduate school back in like May. The dance is okay, and I like the part when they go in the sky, but I really didn't care for the song. Shame. I wanted this one to be good. Yo, bro, it's a fucking rap battle. Let's go. I like the clothes give me sort of like a 70s to 80s feel. I kind of like it's a bit of a dance battle, which is nice. It's kind of like how Just Dance uses dance battles, except now it's 4 people. And the song is so 80s, and I like it for that. Also, me and my past self are still lost to the fucking robots. No, I kind of lied when I said Summer had some high energy about it. Never mind. This one has the real high energy. This one's a fucking certified hood classic. And no, I will not be taking criticism. The song has a justified reason to be super fast paced, which makes it super memorable. And I love the Christmas theme about it. Like, bro, Indian Santa is going all out, yo, bro. Hey, do kids like spinning? Because that's what the song is about. I love the background here. I like all the TVs and the giant monitor with him inverted. The dance is also really fun of a really great song. And I also love the shine that gives off this costume. And he doesn't lie, he does spin right around like a record, baby. Right round and round and round. Isn't that right? Just Dance Dog. Last up for the non-DLC songs is You're On My Mind, and this one might be the most interesting of them all, and possibly throughout the entire franchise, that it's a mashup, and a mashup only. Looking back, it's always such a strange one. The song itself is fine, I have no problems with it, but like, why is it an entire mashup? Where's the original choreo? Probably why the song has never really came back into Unlimited or Just Dance Plus. I guess they thought it'd be a little weird if a mashup just kept coming back despite the series never bringing back mashups again. Whatever, it's a pretty interesting piece of history. I've got nothing on the choreo because it's a bunch of other choreos from the past like a few games. But I mean, like, it exists. That's kind of cool. Now we're done with the main song list, let's get to the DLCs. And starting off is Boom Clap. Boom Clap is very boomish. Please laugh. I have no complaints about this one really. I like the dance, I like the costume, I like the background, and the fucking human heart that appears for some reason. It's just one problem is the tracking. The tracking is just not aged well, which is something I could say for a bit of songs in the series. Especially once they're in Just Dance Plus and not fixed yet. Yeah. Next up is the free DLC, Break Free. Unlike Problem, however, I never really care for this one. It's okay, I like the superhero costume, and I like the comic book background, but that's kind of really it. The song is just, again, okay. Next one is interesting, because this one's called India Wale. This one's from the movie, Happy New Year. I had never heard of this film before in my life before hearing about the song, but hey, the song is an absolute banger. To the 4 people who have watched it, let me know if it's a good film. Another thing interesting about the song is its release history. That's because nobody can fucking decide if they wanted to keep this on Unlimited. It was removed by the time Just Dance 2021 released. And for Just Dance Now, it just kept getting added, then removed, and added, then removed, over and over and over. I'm just hoping by the time it comes to Just Dance Plus, we don't have to deal with that shit again. Either way, the song's really fun. The costumes, I guess I would assume, do resemble well from the movie. I think. I never watched the movie. But hey, near the end they have new dances. That's pretty neat. I love the Latinx background you got there. I know it's meant to be a Latino suburb, but for some reason the background gives me a heavy GTA 5 vibes. I don't know, that's me. But hey, this song is pretty great. Much of what took so long to be in Just Dance Plus, but hey, it's there. The choreo is also okay. I have a mixed feeling about it. On one hand, it could be pretty fun. On the other hand, it's just kind of lame. But overall, I Love You Puppy is fine. I like it. Kiss Kiss is just kind of a there song. Nothing much else to say about it. The dance is fine. I like the club and the design of the coach. It's a nice club-ish. I'm not sure why he's not dancing the part of everyone in the other building, but okay. Just kind of one of those there songs. You don't hate it, but you don't exactly like it. Pop Prodigy is great. It's a decent contender for my favorite, and there's a lot of great things about it. Dance is well done. I like the 3D couch and table. I like the fucking walls just disappearing and making clones. And the coaches are black instead of white. Twitter's least favorite thing. The only thing that's holding it back is its release. If you lived in the PAL regions, then you got this song for free, while Till I Find You was paid DLC. Which is so fucking odd since this song has a mashup and an alternate, which we'll get into later. Well, Till I Find You just has a mashup. Like, that's so fucking bullshit. Like, why not make this free DLC instead of Break Free? That would've been a way better trade. Especially the alternate. I didn't play that one officially until I got to Just Dance Plus 10 years later. But whatever, it's been a decade, and both the original and the alternate are on the server, so, who cares? Well, I do. Okay, this one's interesting. This was also a beta just like Dancing Queen. However, this got added just since 2015 instead of just since 2014. Plus, I'd rather have the betas that are officially on the song list covered here. By this logic, Dancing Queen should be on here. That's too late now. The background for the song was originally very different. It just since 2014 had a lot more stuff going in the background. Well, here the camera moves back and has these stupid fucking dolls, which honestly makes me prefer the map alone. The dance and song are decent, just love those stupid fucking dolls. Okay, now we're done with the main song list and DLCs. Let's now go through the alternates. I'm gonna go for a little lightning round because alternates don't really have as much to say as, you know, the main songs. So might as well just go them quickly. Bad Romance Extreme. It's a pretty decent extreme version and it has a lot of the similar dances to the original. But I would like to offer this one's a lot better here. This also reuses Just Dance 2014's extreme background. If you ever played Just Dance 2014's extremes, there were not extreme, so this was a nice change of pace. Diamond Seated Dance. This was the first to start a trend of seated dances in these games. And I like how cute it is, and I like how the ominous figures are just blocked out. I have no idea why, but it looks cool. Happy Sing Along. This one's a pretty interesting alternate, especially for trios if you take a look up. Main 2 slots are now taken up from you. The other 2 coaches are, I don't know, fucking around, I guess. A pretty decent change of pace compared to other alternates in the series, along with other trios. I love it, Guard Dance. This one just kinda fucking sucks. I don't know, it feels like the dances never really feel sweet to dance to. I don't know, just one of those things you really can't explain why you don't like. Or maybe the fact it's from Britain and I fucking hate Britain. It's my birthday Bollywood dance. Despite using the extreme background in especially a pretty cool way, it's not extreme. Fun dance though. Paparute, African dance. This one's also kind of non-extreme. But this is what I meant, that this is only exclusive to the PAL region. So yes, people in Europe got an extra alternate. Great. It's on Just Dance Plus now, so I can't get too angry, but still. Summer Sweat Edition. This is the only sweat in the game, and it's a decent one, alright. It has a tracksuit, limited movement is happiness. Though I do wish this wasn't the only sweat alternative in the game. What does the fox say? Campfire version. Very disappointing. Like a campfire alternate is kind of a no-brainer for a song like this, but it just kind of sucks. Next, Walk This Way Extreme. The only other extreme version of this game, and the more or less harder one. This one's still fun and difficult though, so hey, I can give props to that. And finally, Let It Go Sing Along. This is the only alternate you have to pay for some reason. That's kind of fucking dumb, especially for an alternate for a shitty cover. And that was Just Dance 2015. To say it's a bit of the weaker titles, it's definitely not an understatement. But it's not a bad game. I still enjoyed a lot of the content and a lot of the stuff it did bring offer. The song list, while still being decent, cannot even compare to 2014 or even 4. Some of the songs are still pretty good and probably my favorites here, while some others are just, there. Yeah, but still, for being the second game in the series I actually gave a try when I first played it, it still kind of holds up. I also ended up scratching the disc because I didn't trust covers. But overall, if you want to get into the series, I do believe this is a decent start for it. Although I do recommend using the all-in-one version. It includes a lot of the Chinese exclusives, DLCs, and betas, which is pretty neat. Overall, this just doesn't feel right at all. What the fuck?
I'm addicted to Mexican Coke. Every day after school, I catch the bus to my closest shop that sells Mexican Coke and buy one bottle for $5. I know this price is steep, but it is, well, worth it, even just to be able to be in the presence of a bottle. After this, I rush home and grab the bottle opener from the drawer. I have mastered the art of opening Mexican Coke bottles. I can create a perfect balance between carbonation and flatness with just a flick of the wrist. Then I immediately take a sip from the bottle. Savoring every milliliter that God has graced to touch my mouth, my brain has an overdose of dopamine from just one sip of God's nectar. And I pass out. If I am fortunate enough to wake up without a smashed bottle of Mexican Coke by my side, I instantly start drinking every last drop with such erotic tenderness that it makes my girlfriend darse so jachitase alos. After the ritual has been completed, I deposit the bottle cap into my special jar for Mexican Coke bottle caps. Every cap brings back a different memory of my consumption of the sweet, sweet liquid. Xiao Hong Shu!